Hi everyone. Let's talk today about one of the tools you have at your disposal when it comes to internet marketing. It's called PPC or pay-per-click. It's a great way to boost your visibility on search engines. And when it comes to an industry like solar panels and green renewable energy, where there is still a lot of competition and there is not quite a monopoly, everyone's still got a chance of becoming a really large big company in this field. That's why you shouldn't waste no time and try to use every single tool possible to make there to the top first. So, pay per click. I'm sure you've heard these words before, but unless you've put a lot of time and effort into developing your internet marketing strategy, you may still have a few misconceptions about this tool. And today we're going to talk just about one of these tools, Google Ads. And the reason is very simple. Google is currently holding about 90% of search engine market. It's just like in the song, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. So, what do you start with? Well, at first, it's keywords research. You have to figure out what kind of words would a person put into a search bar, after which he would be interested in either buying solar panels or at least get interested in this whole industry, in the whole idea of going green. After that, you have to come up with an ad, that is, a line that would invite that person onto your website. After that, Google does an appraisal of your website. There are two things here that matter. The first one is relevance. Google checks if the keywords you want to rank for match the topic of your website. And secondly, it's the general quality of the website, whether it's going to be easy and safe to use. Based on this, Google creates quality score. And this is one of two aspects that will affect, firstly, whether you will even get the ad space, and secondly, how much you'll have to pay for each click. After that, Google compares different bids from websites. You heard it right. Google itself doesn't set any prices, it just collects offers. And this makes setting that bid is a very challenging task, because this is what separates you from either not getting any ad space at all or just losing money on each click. This is a kind of craft that you have to learn, and the understanding of which comes with experience. And only after that, when all bids are in and when all quality scores are calculated, Google multiplies them and gets each ad its rank. And only the few ones get to be promoted by Google's. Again, it's not the highest bidder that wins, but those who have the best combination of both the bid and the quality of their website. And finally, the price per click. Google takes the ad rank of the website the second to you and divides it by your quality score. That means that you will actually pay less than your bid was, and actually, the higher your rating is, and the lower everyone else's rating is, the smaller amount you will pay. So, that's the process in a nutshell. Now, let's talk about misconceptions. Misconception number one: it's not as reliable as more conventional ways of marketing. Fact number one: it's actually the easiest one to track and measure the effect. If you set up all your business apps for your website correctly, you'll be able to measure exactly how much each click makes you money or loses you money. You'll be able to understand what attracts your customers or actually what puts them off. You'll be able to understand their behavior on your website. So imagine you want to measure the effect from a billboard. I mean, sure, you might notice some change in your customer flow, but you won't be able to say exactly how many people came because of that billboard. With pay-per-click ads, it's all clear and easy to understand. Misconception number two: it's expensive. Fact number two: it is actually one of the cheapest ways to promote your website and your business. Because, again, it's so easy to measure and so easy to track the results. You will always be able to tell whether you're making money off this campaign. And if your website is designed well and if keywords are researched correctly, you'll be saving quite significant sums of money on each your campaign. Misconception number 3. I can do it myself. I don't need a middleman. Fact number 3. It's a bit more complicated than that. While you certainly can set up your own Google Ads campaign, you might end up wasting more money doing it on your own than paying the professionals to set it up for you. How is this possible? Well, as you may remember from our brief overview, the final price that you pay for each click heavily depends upon the quality of your website, from the Google's perspective, of course. And there are 2 things here that matter again. And the first one is the relevance and the keywords. And again, you might say, well, I'm a professional, I work in my industry, I know what kind of keywords are relevant to my industry. But that's not just it. What you actually need to understand is what kind of words would a person potentially interested in solar panels type into a search bar. And you have to understand that the most obvious ones are the most expensive ones. So the real art here is to find those words and combinations of words that would be both relevant, not very common, and actually usable for Google. And that takes a lot of experience. Plus, there is another problem with relevance from a different point of view. While you might find a lot of information online on how to set up your own Google Ads campaign and how to research the keywords, Google changes its rules constantly, and only those who work in this industry all the time, they know what is the logic of this search engine and where it's currently moving to. And another thing is the website itself and its design. We know, having worked with many websites, what Google looks for when it's trying to appraise the quality of your website. So we can research it, give you a few suggestions, and implement those if you want to. So, if you want to have the best results, just get in touch with us. solar-seo.com